your health. This holiday season, the most magical time of the year, it can be a difficult one, whether you're dealing with the stress of preparing the perfect family get-together, you got all the shopping, or simply facing the season by yourself.
Yeah, joining us live with some guidance is mental health expert Dr. Ruth White. Doctor, I'm so glad that we're talking about this, because oftentimes we really just talk about, the excitement of the holiday season, but this time of year can be really tough for so many of us.
Good morning, Raina and John. I hope you had a good Christmas yesterday, or happy holidays to all of you celebrating Hanukkah, and Christmas, and Kwanzaa, and all the things.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So can you tell us, let's start with what seasonal depression is.
Yes, so it's also called seasonal affective disorder, and it's a type of depression that's characterized by what we call a recurrent seasonal pattern. It means that, say, some people actually get it in the summer, but they're way less usual. Most commonly, people experience it in the winter, and it's usually associated with less light. So there's not a good assessment of exactly what causes it. We're still studying this, it's the brain, so still learning more about it, but we know that it has to do with light and how some people process light. And so for most people, it happens in the winter. Interestingly, more women experience it than men. And so, yeah, it's associated with depression-like symptoms.
Dr. White, would you say that, especially as we move into the holidays, this can really trigger a lot of people's seasonal depression, that stress and that pressure to, show up?
Yes, and so stress is definitely a trigger. Stress is a trigger for pretty much every mental health disorder and for a lot of physical illnesses as well. But also the weather changes, the cold, the gloominess. I remember for me, when I moved to Seattle, I didn't drink coffee before that, even though I'm from Jamaica, where the best coffee is from. But that constant rain and grayness just had me feeling sleepy. And so the stress is definitely there, the pressures, the financial concerns, all of that. The cold, gloomy weather, so we're not going outside and getting as much sun as we normally would. And also for some people, reduced physical activity. If you're like me, most people are less physically active in the winter because, going outside is putting on the coats and the boots and the scarf and all of that. But because of the reduced physical activity, the stress, some social isolation as well, because again, we're not interacting with people as we normally would because we're not going outside as much. So social isolation can also be a risk.
Now, what are some common signs that you might be experiencing this?
So, like regular depression, people often feel like a sadness or low mood. They also feel less interest or pleasure in activities that you once enjoyed. So, if you used to hang out or go to dance class or whatever, and it feels more of a slug to get there, changes in appetite or weight. So some people either eat more, some people eat less, and of course the weight responds to that. Not being able to sleep as well. So some people will just feel sleepy all the time. So sleeping all the time or sleeping too little. Also fatigue or low energy levels. So everything just feels like it's just hard to do. The last two are about concentration or focus. So depression often has us feeling like it's hard to concentrate on something, hard to focus on what we're trying to do, as well as some people feel worthless or hopeless in terms of feeling about themselves. They'll feel like, the world is on me, it's hard to get through, and some people can feel need for self-harm or desire to self-harm in some way. But that's usually in the extreme.
Yeah, Dr. White, one of the reasons I'm so glad we're talking about this is I feel like people can really feel like they're just going through this all by themselves, and realizing that this is just generally a hard time of year for a lot of people, whether you're spending the holiday alone, whether it's seasonal depression, whether it's those family pressures. What's your advice to someone who just needs to take care of themselves this holiday season?
Yes, and I do want to reassure everybody that millions of people experience this. So you're not alone. And if you experience the symptoms for more than 2 weeks, it's important to seek help, because it's the 2-week mark in which we start to think that this might be a clinical condition. So how can you take care of yourself? One is stay connected. Again, just spend time with loved ones, even virtually. Right? So do it by text, FaceTime, your WhatsApp video, get sunlight. This is so important because a lot of the depression in the winter is linked to that lack of sunlight. So we often suggest that people get sunlight on their face in the morning, and that actually helps with sleep. So if you don't want to go outside, have your morning coffee by a window so that the sunshine is on your face. Set boundaries. You can say no to invites. You don't have to go to everything. At the same time, don't isolate yourself. So find a healthy balance so that you're not feeling so much pressure to do everything while at the same time not isolating yourself. Exercise and eat well. Now, yes, it's the holiday season, so yesterday, like everybody else, you know, I had carb coma at some point because we're eating a lot, which is not necessarily always eating well, but make sure you get a lot of fruits and vegetables, get some physical activity in, even if you don't want to go outside, although I still suggest going outside and getting sunshine and air on your face. Move during the commercials. I said, even if you're watching football during the holidays, during the breaks, get up, do some movement, stretch, do something that makes your body move. And then whatever it is that you like to do for relaxation or mindfulness or any activity that brings you joy, whether it's crafting or, you know, your crochet, or you like to create things, doing woodwork, whatever that is that brings you joy, do as much of that as possible, but also carve out some time to just relax. You can do nothing. A lot of people find it hard to do nothing. You know, it takes them 2-3 days on a vacation to actually relax, but practice that because that relaxation is really important. Lastly, keep a routine. So, you know, during the holidays, we often sleep in, we go to bed later, and that dysregulates our body. So try and maintain some stability in your routine during the chaotic season. And the other thing, take vitamin D. So vitamin D is and that's linked to the sunshine that I talked about. That's often a way to relieve some of the symptoms. In fact, if you live in places like Seattle, public health will often tell people with brown skin, especially because we don't absorb the sun in the same way, to take vitamin D supplements. But again, you know, consult your health provider to know how much to take or if this is something you should take for yourself.
Dr. Ruth White with those amazing tips there. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr. White. And if anyone
Thank you for
know
having me. Happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, always call that 988 suicide hotline. We'll be back.